Good evening. I'm Matthew Mills, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Well Systems. Nebraska Track and Field's Axelina Johansson has been selected as one of 3 finalists for the Bowerman Award, which is the highest track and field award a collegiate athlete can earn. This season, Johansson won the shot put in both the outdoor and indoor national championships, setting the meet record in both. She's the first Nebraska athlete to be named a finalist for the Bowerman Award. Voting begins tomorrow at 3 and goes through July 2nd. The winner will be announced on December 17th. Nebraska Baseball's Jay-Sean Unger has accepted an invitation to the 2026 USA Baseball Collegiate National Team Training Camp. In his sophomore season, Unger ranked 5th nationally in saves with 13 and was a finalist for the Stopper of the Year award given to the nation's best closer. Training camp started this past Saturday and will run through July 4th before the collegiate national team is named on July 5th. The members of the team will compete in the inaugural World Collegiate Baseball Championship in Taiwan from July 11th through 15th. And finally, if you are headed to Nebraska football's game against North Dakota at Memorial Stadium on September 19th, you might as well stick around after. Country music superstar Cole Swindle will be performing following the conclusion of the game. Any valid game ticket is valid for the concert as well. Kickoff for the football game is scheduled at 6:15 p.m. and the concert will begin 30 minutes after the game concludes. For tickets to the North Dakota game or any Husker football game, visit huskers.com/tickets. Our sports ticker is brought to you by the Stonebridge Well Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, discipline process, the retirement compass. Visit stonebridgeiwm.com. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Infield to the right as well. Heron to the line, her 1-ball pitch. Ava swings and drives this one to center. Johnson going back. It's gone. It's gone. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. 5-3 on the Kuzak 2-run home run.
5:58 to go in the first half of play as Jamarcus Lawrence trots it into the front court, picked up by Cooper Campbell. Bounce pass, left corner, 3-ball. Sanford got another one. 5 of them. Sanford exhorting the crowd, and they oblige. And the Huskers are up 11.
Keelan Smith, the motion man from left to right. Snap, quick screen near left, leaping catch from Hunter, leaks through, breaks an ankle tackle. There he goes, 140, 35-30. Hunter all the way. That just might be your dagger.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Are you going to say it?
Welcome in, everybody.
You're trying to steal my thunder, so go ahead and do it. You look a little windblown today.
It's crazy out there. It's what is this? It's about 150 degrees, but the winds are at a steady 60 miles an hour.
You said you liked the wind earlier today.
I do, because it does cool things down. It's just not a still heat, if that's a thing.
Makes me feel like I'm back in Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
Is that like in a song?
Yeah, it's the state song.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded like it the way you said it.
You didn't think I just made that up?
I just saw something on the local news that there's a playground here in Nebraska that if you put a thermometer up against one of the slides, 152 degrees.
Yeah, those get hot. Really hot. Yeah, like the turf, you know?
You got to stay away. That's just like in September, it's hotter down on the field. We always say the on-field temperature. They always like to have those big thermometers down on the field for football games, a lot hotter at field level.
You know, I just hit up Rusty, our resident meteorologist. He always lets me know what exactly it's going to be and where things are going to go. He's been right almost every time except for that one time. Remember the snow came out of nowhere? We thought we were going to get through. What game was that?
That was the day I was gone, right? That was, I think, my baseball debut, and you got stuck.
No. It was during a football game. Remember? And the snow was...
Iowa? Was the only one I can think of since I've been here that snowed in.
He was like, it should hold off, and then it started coming down pretty heavy.
Yeah,
but usually he's spot on.
Am I missing, Camden, a game that it snowed outside of Iowa? I don't think it snowed any other game, so that must have been Black Friday, because then we got snow the next day.
Oh, yeah, that must be it. That must be it. It just started coming down in the middle of the game, but shout out Rusty. He's Rusty Dawkins. He's the best. So I follow him for everything. In fact, I think there's some severe storm potential tonight. So
really? Well, that makes sense. It must be thunderstorms in the atmosphere. It's going to get, we had a really good, I don't know, would you say 2-3 week span of weather?
Yeah.
And it's all changing now. We're going to hit, we're hitting mid 90s here all week. So buckle in because it's not changing.
Buckle in. All right. Well, some breaking news developing here over the last couple of hours or so regarding Mekhi Nelson, who was arrested down in Florida, and just, reading the articles about it, just, heartbreaking. You hate to see it. We were talking before we went on the show. It's been a while since we've, had to report on news like this. I always hate to do it, but obviously it's something we got to talk about. And unfortunately, bad news for Mekhi Nelson, the Husker football team. We don't know anything. We don't, again, the athletic department football staff have put out a statement that they are aware and are not going to comment on it right now. So it just happened. So again, not a lot of details right now.
Yeah, not much to add at this point in time, and we're certainly not going to speculate on anything. But Mekhi Nelson was arrested. I think he was, the story had said, on vacation in Florida with his pregnant girlfriend, and there was an alleged altercation, arrested for alleged battery. So Mekhi Nelson was under arrest in the state of Florida. So once we know more, it probably won't come from us. You'll probably see it on X somewhere. And but like you said, athletics is aware, the football program is aware of the situation, and they have no further comment because there's not a whole lot to comment about at this time.
Again, I was just trying to think about when was the last time we had to talk about something like this. And I just, when people want to speculate what's going to happen, I mean, it could be anything from, we might not see him in a uniform. Do he miss his games? And we'll see how Coach Rule and his staff and the administration decides to handle this. It's got to play out. Obviously, it just happened today. But, I've been a huge fan of Mekhi, and was pretty shocked when I saw this news. And, just hopefully all works out for him and his girlfriend. But, again, being that we do not know what the punishment will be, I guarantee you there will be some consequences. That's kind of how this program is ran. But, going back to, I know it was a big discussion coming out of last season, and this is the last of the worries, but I'm just kind of turning it to football now. But, if he may not be available, I know a lot of people were kind of a little concerned, pretty concerned that did not get a running back out of the portal, and they had a lot of faith in Mekhi Nelson. But I think we saw a lot of guys throughout the spring that they're going to have quite a bit of depth in that room.
Yeah, there's things that have to be worked out here, of course, and this is not the last that we'll hear of this story, and I would assume we're far from a potential resolution or an understanding of what his case might be, Mekhi, that is, for the start of a new season. Moving and transitioning to the football, like you mentioned, I think there are a lot of guys in that room that are hungry, not just Mekhi Nelson for playing time, but Isaiah Mosey and Jamal Rule, what we saw of him in the spring game. I've always said that, just talking from a 30,000-foot view of the running back room, I've always loved what I've seen in Connor Booth.
Quentin Ives?
Quentin Ives, true, and that's the one guy that didn't pop to mind right away, but he looked like a different Quentin, that is, a different guy. You thought he was
Emmett Johnson out there.
He's slender, he's quicker, he's trimmed down weight in his lower half, which I think is important for him. We saw him in the bowl game be more of a threat, especially in the short yardage situations. That's what they said that was his role heading into the bowl game. What is his role here in the 2026 season? I think the way I looked at him physically, he's somebody who can be more of a every down back than maybe was the case last year. What was a shame for Quentin last year? Remember, he came in as the number 2 running back.
Nagging injury.
First practice he got hurt. It was his hamstring first practice, and he just could never get right. Hamstrings are a really, really tricky thing to come back from because they always get you. And you can never truly get over it if you're not taking the requisite amount of time to truly get healthy. And those things just nag at you. So he was... And with that, you're not practicing, so you're not staying in shape, right? You're not able to do some of the rigorous things that keep you in football shape.
Yeah,
and it's true now. Like he's in shape. He's in legit shape now. I mean, he looked really good in spring, just from a physique standpoint.
Yeah, and I don't even know. Again, this is all we're just talking about the running back depth, depending on how this shakes out. But I'm not so sure that it was, a done deal with Mekhi being the starting running back. They were pretty pleased with a lot of those guys and how they performed in the spring.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are, I was impressed with Isaiah Mosey and what I saw of him in the spring. And, of course, moments last year. Does he project as somebody who can be your every down running back? I think we'll wait and see on that. He's still a young guy. He came in as a receiver, remember, and then switched over to the running back room. If there's one guy that I would have my money on finding a way to squeeze everything out of that room, of that position group, it's E.J. Barthel.
Absolutely. And listen, I think I've made it very well known dating back to last year when I got to interview him for signing day that I'm a huge fan of Jamal Roll, and he absolutely held his own. And, I remember seeing him on the sideline in the bowl game. And he was not in pads, obviously. Those guys that were early enrollees, again, the benefit, they got to be a part of some practices, got to be on the sideline for that game. Jamal Roll was one of them. And, man, he's a lot bigger than what you expect. And, I think he held his own out there. And I think he's a really special talent, a really special get. And I think he's going to be able to play quite a bit as a freshman.
Yeah, he's a big guy. When you first interviewed, I remember watching him. He's a little bit more slender. Came here early enrollee, put some really good weight on. He's over 200 pounds now. He's a 6 foot back. I thought when he first came here that he was a little bit shorter than 6 foot, but he has big play potential. We saw him with the second level speed in the spring game, 75-yard touchdown he had. He opened a lot of eyes in spring. I would imagine he's going to do the same thing in fall camp. If you think of some of the more intriguing prospects when you go into fall camp, we'll have more of those conversations as we get closer to the start of fall camp in early August. But I would say for a lot of fans, he's probably right at the top of the list of players that you're intrigued to, if you're not at practice and are able to see practice, at least hear about and read articles about Jamal Roll.
And listen, you got a mobile quarterback that's absolutely going to use his feet.
Yeah, I spent yesterday watching Anthony Calandria highlight packages because that's what I do with my Sundays now. It was I watched some of his tape from Virginia, watched some of his tape from UNLV. I think the athleticism's there, the arm is real, his speed is real, his pocket awareness is real. Can he limit the turnovers? Can he play up? Can he find a way to play up? The one thing that I look at, of multiple things that I see with this offense, is their ability to finish drives, their ability to, when a play breaks down, their success rate on those types of plays. And Anthony Calandria gives you that facet of this offense where maybe, Raiola, of course, had certain limitations in his mobility, but even TJ was a thrower before a runner. Remember, he got hurt as well when he had his chance to start, so he wasn't at his full strength as well. But when plays break down, Anthony Calandria gives you a much higher percentage of success rate and gives you a whole different piece to what your red zone offense can be, which was not good last year.
Another guy who I think is going to help tremendously, who I thought they missed tremendously last year, and I think he's probably taking care of business, is going to look really good coming off the injury, is Janiron Bonner, another guy that's super athletic, has played a whole lot of positions. He's actually been in the running back room. He's been in the tight end room. He's been in the wide receiver room. But I think, he's a guy you could hand the ball off to. I think he's going to help in pass protection and run blocking. I think he's a key piece coming back that I don't think a lot of people realize how big of a piece, how big of a missing piece that was last year.
I think Dana Holgerson said it as soon as they found out about his torn ACL, how big of an injury that was and how bad he felt for Janiron Bonner, who you said he's a Swiss Army knife. He has the ability to play inline as a tight end, play in the slot, be a lead blocker. That was a huge piece to the offense that you lost right away in week 1 of the season last year against Cincinnati. And that is a piece that does not get talked about a whole lot because, a lot of people tend to forget about him because he got injured so long ago, essentially missed an entire season last year. And we'll see and of course didn't participate in spring either. So it's been a long layoff from getting an opportunity to watch him play.
And he hasn't had he's been one of those guys that maybe it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but he hadn't had like massive numbers. But I think you could just tell the way that sideline reacted. I mean, he was a leader. He got voted as a single-digit guy. But just the way that sideline reacted when he went down, you could tell, like, because he he does a lot of things that not a lot of guys can do. Just somebody that, like you said, a jack of all trades, but it's not like those guys come around very often. It's not like they're a dime a dozen, but he can do so many things, and you can just tell the way that the reaction from the coaches and the players that it was pretty devastating, I think, on a couple of different fronts, but leadership. But then also, I think, again, we saw him out in practice, and he was going to be a really big piece.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily think of that you were going to get massive numbers out of him. It was more of the intangible things, and maybe a similar role to what we saw from Caden Echternock last year as a lead blocker, as sort of that H-back. Janiron Bonner would fit in perfectly in that aspect of the offense, but also the ability to add another athlete, another pass catcher to what is going to be a much more athletic group because of who's the signal caller this year based on the skill sets of Anthony Calandria. So getting Bonner back, that's a massive deal for this offense.
Yeah, he's a guy, you talk about guys you're excited to see now that it's almost been a year, and he's obviously going to put in the work here in the summer. Like, I cannot wait to see what he looks like and what kind of piece he's going to be in the offense this year. Hey, we've got lots to come up here in the next, hour and 40 minutes or so. Going to talk some hoops, both with Coach Hoiberg. He met with the media today, and Maddi Stewart as a part of our newcomer series. She's one of those outstanding players of those freshman trio that Amy Williams brought in. They're going to be a huge piece to the women's basketball program this year. But on that note, Shane Jensen on the chat said, who is bigger? Watch Leo Curtis interview today. That dude has put on quality weight. Credit the training table.
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding.
said that, though. Did I not? I said I thought he looked bigger and fuller, and so I mean
he was pretty thin last year.
I know he needed to put on some weight, but I think you can definitely see it with him.
Yeah, no, he's going to need it because you bump bodies in the Big Ten, and you think of the confidence that was built last year with what he did against Michigan, and getting a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. He's gonna play a big role for this team this year. I don't think anybody undervalues, especially with Oogie transferring as well. That's one less big body that you have on the roster.
All right, plenty to come here on Sports Nightly. Keep it here. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Maddi Stewart of Husker Women's Basketball. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Also, text line 402-413-2400 if you want to be a part of the show tonight. We'll be right back. Coming up right after this.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
At Woodhouse Hyundai, triple your down payment and lease a 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE for just $178 per month. Put down $2,000 and we'll add $4,000 more. Lower payments, more value. Drive with confidence with Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get started now at WoodhouseHyundai.com or WoodhousePlaceHyundai.com. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year with approved credit, tax, title, license extra. $2,000 down plus first payment, $299 doc fee, $650 acquisition fee due at signing. Stock H260432. Offer ends June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid mineral with protein or Sweet Pro block supplements for space feeding, while also stretching your forages up to 25% better, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blauhorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion. Until July 28th, when you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion. Until July 28th, when you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official Internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, where it's mower season. Get 0% financing, professional setup, and local support you can't get at the big box store, only at Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer. We've got some craziness going on in the World Cup.
Yeah, ultimate choke job from Paraguay in PK. So this is this a sudden death here? How does this go? You each get 3 kicks each here in the second round of, oh my goodness.
I'm not sure. We'll figure it out though during this interview. So you can look into it. Let us know. We'll get an update on the other side of this. because it's time for another episode of the Newcomer Series presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. The first of the 3 freshman trio that Amy Williams and her staff brought in, all 3 top 100 recruits. So heck of a recruiting class. Maddi Stewart from Oklahoma, Claremore, Oklahoma, a do-it-all guard, just fits perfectly into this Amy Williams system. So had a chance to catch up with her. You guys have kind of hit the ground running, doing lots of team events. You've had recruits in. You've done practices already. How has that been, just kind of settling into the groove of being part of this team?
Honestly, it's been very helpful to me, just like to be a part of those things, because I was on the other side of the recruits just a few months ago, and now, I'm actually a part of the team. Obviously, practices have been going great. We can't wait for everyone to come out to PVA and see what we've got to show this year. It's going to be awesome.
So you signed back in November, committed almost a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. How did it feel to finally step foot on campus?
I'm sure everyone feels this way, but it really is just a weight off of your back, getting to come here and be able to play for Coach Williams and all of her staff, it really is such a blessing, and to be able to commit so early and feel so set with the coaching staff and the team that I'm coming to, it was awesome.
We haven't had a chance to talk to you, so let's go back through your recruiting process. You had a lot of schools coming after you, the big Oklahoma schools as well, which as Oklahoman is hard to say no to. Yeah. So why ultimately did you decide on Nebraska?
That is a very loaded question, and I think the easiest way to put it is just this place was home. It was the hardest decision for me to decide to go out of state. I thought for sure I was going to stay close to home, be next to my family and all that, but man, when I came here, I found myself just putting every other school up against Nebraska and the standard that they set and everything they did. So, yeah, it was an easy decision for me to make. Whenever I came and had my official visit, I was like, man, this is exactly where I need to be.
You just felt it?
Yeah, I did. It was calm, pretty much instant. I just felt this calmness to me about it. So
you said in one interview that it felt like playing for your mom, because your mom coached you. Why did it feel that way? What feels like playing for your mom?
I think it's just the balance that Coach Williams has of she'll get into you, but also she really cares about who you are as a person. Every day, I'll come into the gym, she'll be like, man, how's school going? First thing she's talking about isn't even on the court. So that's how I know that she cares about more layers to me than just what I can give her on the basketball court. And that means a lot to me. So
I know you've talked too just about the girls and the team. Why did that feel different too?
Honestly, I would say that when I came on my official visit here, each visit that I had, I was really looking at the team. You get to go through the recruiting process with the coaches. You get to see kind of what they're offering you, but to see the behind the scenes, those girls, they loved each other off the court too, and that's a big difference, in this school and in this place. The community here is nothing else that I've ever been a part of, and so, it was honestly a driving factor as to why I chose Nebraska.
It's different. I mean, you can say that. I think a lot of teams say that, but with this program, I've found that's it's legit. So did it feel seamless when you got here, just to fit right back in? Because you guys are at the training table together. Mm-hmm. You're doing everything together. Did it just feel seamless?
Yeah, it really did. And not even just with other student athletes here and other staff, but also just out in the community. I'll get people who recognize me when I'm at the grocery store, come up, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Nebraska women's basketball. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to be a part of.
That's really cool. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Mom played basketball, coaches basketball.
Yes.
Were you pretty much born with a basketball in your hand?
Yes, I was definitely born with 2 balls in my hand, doing some ball handling. But yeah, I've been around the game since I was little, and that's kind of what just kind of grew the passion in me for it. And my mom too, obviously. She's awesome.
Did you always love it? Always love it? There was never a doubt?
Yeah, I always loved basketball. I played a lot of other sports in high school growing up, and I knew that basketball, it always took precedent over the other ones. It was just a special kind of relationship that me and my mom had through the game that just continued my love for it, no matter how many days, how many hours we were putting in. It was just good for me growing up.
What was that balance like, being mom and coach and having that kind of basketball bond?
I think that the easiest way to put it is she always made sure that there was a line. She's mom, she's mom everywhere that we go. It's not like, you know, on the court she's coach and at home she's mom. She's mom everywhere. She didn't let me call her coach. She was like, you don't call me coach, you call me mom. But she also knew that the line was, when we're on the court, like, it's professional. When we're at home, you know, it can be personal. And so I think that understanding that at an early age helped me, like, just through high school too. And all of my teammates knew, like, Maddi's not getting anything handed to her. Like, my mom was on me.
That's funny. So what were some of the skills early on that she was like, if you want to be good, these are the things you have to be able to do great?
Honestly, like, all the dirty work. Everything that, you know, people don't want to do, you need to be the best at. You know, all the getting on the floor after loose balls, rebounds, hustle plays, like having a motor that doesn't turn off. And the funny thing is, that is literally what Coach Williams told me was the reason that she wanted to recruit me. It wasn't that I could put the ball in the hole or that I could score so many points or that I could. She was like, you rebound the heck out of the ball and you just go. You just go, and that's what we need for our team. Just like that versatility you're talking about, she wants to use us in every spot she can.
Oh, that's awesome. So then when your game keeps growing and you start getting these looks, kind of what was that process like for you, and what were the relationships that you started to build with the coaches here in Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, recruiting, it's crazy. It's a crazy world. It was definitely a lot at times, but I feel like this staff did a good job of, I had relationships with all the coaches prior to coming here. They all reached out to me. I had conversations separately with each one of them, not even just about basketball, about, you know, my family and what's going on with me and my interests and things like that. But yeah, I think that was like the best part for me, to kind of be able to step back and take a breath and be like, man, you know, like, I can just calm down and actually work on getting to know these people, and if they're the kind of people I want to go play for. So yeah, it was like really, it was easy for me to talk to this staff during recruiting.
Coach Asibe, because I was talking to him, obviously being from Oklahoma, and he called you a dog. He said you're a dog. You have that dog mentality. What do you like to bring to the court? You know, going back to what Coach Williams told you, what is your mindset when you step out onto the court?
My mindset is just always just go out there, and like, if your attitude and your efforts there, like, that can cover up a lot of the things that come up on a stat sheet. Like, you know, I've never been so worried about the numbers and more about, like, when I go out there, how do I feel about my performance? Because, you know, the truth is, like, the ball's not always going to bounce your way. Basketball is just a game of runs. It goes one way and goes the other. It can't be too high, it can't be too low. So I try and stay even kill, but like, also at 100% effort the whole time, and that can help me a lot. So
in your high school, you guys had never won a state title. Your junior year, you win your first one. What went into that you guys and that team was able to do something that had never been done?
Yeah, that was a special group, honestly. Like, we had a whole team full of girls that were all committed to the same goal. And I think that it stretched further than just the court, too. Like, you know, you can have a bunch of really skilled players, but they don't play well together because there might be some underlying things going on. And I think that the same way that worked out for us in high school, this group that we have here, like, I see it. I see the mesh that we have, the chemistry, like, and just everyone wants to play for everyone. And so I think that this team's going to be really successful because of that.
So you win that state title. How rewarding was that? What did that feel like to be the first to ever do it?
It felt amazing. I mean, it was obviously just such a blessing that we got to even be in the position to be there, but also, like, getting to do it with my mom was like no other feeling ever. And so, like, I definitely can see and understand why Coach Williams, like, she's hard on us, and she has a daughter on the team, and she's hard on her. And so I see me and my mom through that, and I'm just like, man, like, this is going to be something special.
That's cool. Okay, and so then, again, back to high school, you went back-to-back. So after you win it, target's on you guys' back.
Yeah.
Everybody's chasing Lincoln Christian.
Yeah.
How did you guys approach that year, knowing that, hey, we wanted to go back-to-back to finish out, you know, your high school career?
Yeah, it was a whole different, like, shift my senior year. Like, the message wasn't, hey, we got to get there and we got to, you know, just make it to state and see what we can do. Now it's, we got to defend what we already have. Everyone knows that you're good now. They know that you're coming. So what are you going to do in preparation to be able to stay on top? And I think that, honestly, like, you know, everyone loves an underdog story, but when you're in the spot where you've already won it and like you already do have that target on your back, it's the hardest thing ever to stay at an elite level like that without somebody being able to slide in or slip through the cracks, you know, and beat you out. So that was a really fun experience too.
So then how did it feel to go back-to-back to defend the title?
It was awesome. Our whole school, they were so excited. They were at the game, and my whole family was there. And I just remember talking to my mom, like, after the game, we were both crying and hugging. And I was like, man, like, what a way to go out. You know, like, I couldn't ask for a better high school career, but, you know, like, getting to come here and getting to continue that on, that's the blessing, is that, like, I know that I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to continue my career. So
how good was that experience to be able to have both approaches of being the hunted and then also being the hunter?
Yeah, it's just different. They're, you know, both sides are fun in their own way, but also very challenging. The thing that I would say is that what we looked towards wasn't the end. Like, we just went day by day, you know, rep by rep. Like, we never let anything, like, kind of pass us by, because, you know, that's where you get kind of complacent. And so I think that, honestly, that's what has helped me so much coming into this, because in the summer, like, this is a whole different level. Yeah. And so you can't let reps go by. You can't let drills go by. So it's been awesome.
So your mom's been such a huge part, basically since day one of your basketball career. How was she going through the recruiting process? What did she think of Nebraska?
My mom loved it here. She absolutely loved the coaches. I mean, she was really helpful in my recruiting process. And I know that not everyone gets to have had a mother or a father who's been through that same thing. But because she's already been, like, through it, and she went to college and played basketball, she was very helpful in letting me know, like, hey, you need to keep your guard up. Like, some people are not always as forthcoming about how things really are. And whenever we came here, she told me, she was like, I know you love it here, but I love it here, because these people, like, you can tell they're genuine, and you can tell that, like, they really do mean what they say. And so that's kind of a hard thing to find these days.
So you go through the process, then what did she say when you came to her and said, it's Nebraska?
This is so funny. So it was between Nebraska and OU at the end. And like you said, in-state school, it was really hard to get me to kind of go away from them. But when I told her, she was so happy for me. And she told me, she was like, I think you made 100% the right decision. I'm behind you fully. She was like, obviously she would have been behind me either way, but whenever I told her that, I could just see, like, even in her face, she just kind of, like, took a deep breath, and she was like, oh, like, this is, you know, this is perfect. I'm glad that she's going there.
That's what a great story. Maddi Stewart, one of the freshmen for Nebraska women's basketball, is a part of our newcomer series presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. No matter how long you've been in Nebraska, you're a part of the team, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is right there with you. We're here to help you stay healthy and strong so you can focus on what matters most, putting in the work and getting better every day. You can listen to that full conversation. It's out now on our podcast platforms and our YouTube channel as well. Got to get to a break. More of the show coming up right after this.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion. Until July 28th, when you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, You'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
I got to see my brother get married.
I would have missed my dad's birthday.
Because I wore my seatbelt, I had the privilege of being part of his special day.
I got to go home and see my family again.
Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
I was able to go to my brother's graduation.
I wouldn't have adopted my first pet.
And then it clicked. My seatbelt saved my life. Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Receive up to $15,000 in savings on the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ Sport, or receive up to $5,500 in savings on the 2025 Cadillac XT5 Luxury. Shop Woodhouse Cadillac in-store or online today. With approved credit, must finance with dealer. $299 doc fee due at signing. Must have qualifying trade. Subject to current rebates and inventory. Stock number KK250523 is courtesy transportation vehicle with 2,515 miles. Stock number KK260041 is event vehicle with 5 miles. Offers expire June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, where it's mower season. Get 0% financing, professional setup, and local support you can't get at the big box store, only at Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer. Do you have the song?
No. I don't know what that
it?
was. No.
Oh.
Do you?
I can't hear it.
Camden, can you?
He stopped it. It says it was Into You, Ariana Grande.
Into
Oh,
You
I
by-
would have known that. That's like the one song I might have known. But, hey, speaking
Unfortunate.
of music, how about Cole Swindell coming
Yes.
to Memorial Stadium?
The concert will be after the North Dakota game on September 19th think I have that date correct.
Can you name any of his songs?
I cannot.
I can name one.
I would love for us to play a snippet of a song, but I don't think we can because of YouTube. We'd probably get pulled off of YouTube.
fined.
So the kickoff for that game, we know the time of the start of the game is at 6:15, and his concert will be right after. It'll be a post-game concert. So however long it takes after the game to set up a stage on field. He's a country music award winner. I have heard the name.
He
I do
also
know the
writes music, so I think he even has songs that won awards that he wrote but he didn't sing, if I am remembering correctly.
Field passes for the post-game concert will be sold beginning in July, so coming up here next month, which is starting this week.
But also, those single-game tickets are on sale starting tomorrow. So if you want to just come to the game and get your single-game ticket, you can do that tomorrow.
But the field passes for the post-game concert beginning in July, and only fans who have purchased a ticket to the Nebraska-North Dakota game will be eligible to purchase a concert field pass.
So there you go. So you need to get your football ticket first.
So you got to be at the game, watching the game, and then you get even more after that. He's earned 14 number one singles as both a recording artist and, as you said, songwriter. If you're in the chat and know some of these songs.
I hope You Get Lonely Tonight is the only one I can remember right now. Is that his number one?
That song doesn't exist. It's
Yes, it does.
She Had Me at Heads, Carolina.
Yes, that's recent though.
You Should Be Here. Middle of a Memory. Break Up in the End. Chillin' It.
Hope You Get Lonely Tonight. It's right there.
Chillin' with an apostrophe. And Ain't Worth the Whiskey. That's the title of my third book, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So I have to
forgot.
talk
What was the first title?
to Cole about that.
What was the first title? I forgot.
I don't remember. That book got squashed.
You started it last summer about this time.
Mm-hmm. Can you believe we're not quite at a year from the first show we did together, which was July 7th?
I know we're not going to be here.
I know.
Sad.
It really
but
is unfortunate.
no, it's wild. Like I said, on your anniversary, it's like I feel like I've been working with you forever, but it also doesn't.
Which is a backhanded compliment.
No, it's not. Not necessarily. It could
Sure.
mean that we mesh so well, that we get along so well, that it feels like.
Sure, I'll
you know,
play
like when
along.
they say that it feels like we've been playing together forever. Like I think a couple of the basketball players told me that, but they really just got on the court together like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Kind of like that. Like it just, you just feel like you've worked together for a long time.
I was listening, somebody synced up the Cincinnati game and the Akron game, the first two games of the year with our radio call, and it's hard for me to listen to it because
Why?
it's so early on in my tenure, especially the Cincinnati game. I can hear like just how tight at times I was in that game and how not playing off of Damon I was in that game. So it's just like, you think back to our first show and you think of how different it was towards the end of the year, how different it is now.
Well, yeah, for like 3 months, you could only talk about football.
That's it.
But now look at you, like an expert on bowling,
The funny thing
track and
is,
field.
once I took over full time on the show, you're like, well, this guy doesn't know anything but football. So I can't really talk anything with him besides like our left tackle situation.
And it was literally conversations we've been having since
And then
like last fall.
Volleyball, all right, Jess, you take it the rest of the way. If you want to talk linebackers, I'm here. That's all I can
but
help
not
you with.
setters, not setters.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a break. We're back to wrap up the hour next.
Applied Connective Technologies may be an award-winning IT company, but since day one, our passion, commitment, and top priority have always been about people. Hey Lincoln, I'm Ed Knott, President of Applied Connective, helping Nebraska businesses and organizations to operate at their peak potential. We're proud to offer world-class support in the areas of managed IT and cybersecurity, phones, surveillance, door access control, cabling, audio, video, and more. To hear what customers say about working with us or for a free technology consultation, head to appliedconnective.com today.
Find your next vehicle at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Right now, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $2,000 off MSRP plus 1.9% APR for 36 months on the 2026 GMC Acadia. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade. With approved credit, must own and trade in a 2012 or newer vehicle. $299 doc fee. Do it signing. Offer applies to select stock numbers. Stock number V260294. Stock number V260679. Offer expires June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Husker fans, football season is right around the corner. We need you there to continue to make Memorial Stadium the best atmosphere in college football. You can now choose between 2 mini plans, a 3-game mini plan for $185 and a 4-game mini plan for $225. These plans are your best way to guarantee a ticket to the Indiana and Ohio State game and are only available while supplies last. To purchase today or for more information, visit Huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back. Final few minutes left here of hour number 1 of Sports Nightly. And while I was working and Maddi was working, the rest of these guys were not doing anything but watching the World Cup game. So Christopher's here to fill us in on what happened because it's pretty exciting.
It's work to me.
Epic upset.
Yeah, Paraguay defeating Germany in those penalty kicks and getting it on that sudden death and sending the crowds home. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history for sure.
What's the biggest upset in World Cup history? Like maybe recent memory, so you're not going back. Is there one that sticks out that you remember?
In my view, I think it's Costa Rica defeating England in 2014.
Do you remember that, Kyle? You remember every play that happened
in that? He's Costa Rican, so he's a fan.
No, but I'm asking, do you remember everything that happened in that?
I don't remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
Yeah, I think that it's probably one of the biggest upsets ever. Germany was like one of 4 countries that came into this and probably had a good chance of winning it and now are going home.
Favorite for the rest of the way, would you say Argentina?
Yeah, I'd say Argentina.
What about the United States?
There's no reason why they can't win it. There's no reason why.
That was a bad ending to the last game. One, I asked Chris about this arbitrary sort of timing at the end of games. You have that stoppage time, the extra time you have to go through, but giving up a goal there and giving it three points to Turkey. Again, a game didn't mean anything. Turkey at least got 3 points on the way out, but that was a brutal way to end a game.
I think that it's really brutal, but considering you had your backup keeper in and it's the last minute, Turkey's starving for a goal because they hadn't scored one before that match. It makes sense that they were hungry for it and they wanted to prove something to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a proposition. If the United States make the World Cup final, will you go to the rail yard with the guys?
I'm already going to be there.
No, Kyle. I'm trying to talk Kyle in. You've been asking him like every day to go to Wings, to go watch soccer.
Where are you in all this? How do you get off scot-free?
They know that they don't have to beg me.
Maybe they're just not asking you. How about that? Maybe that's a deeper story. Do you not like Jess?
I'll go.
Jess, do you want to go to
Camden?
the rail yard?
Yes, I'm down. Camden's down. Josh would be down. You're the only one.
Josh
backed out.
Yeah.
But he also has kids, so we're kind of...
Not an excuse.
What is your excuse?
Where are your
priorities really lie?
Your babies?
Your priorities, your kids or 25-cent wings?
Yeah. Getting some 25-cent wings with your 20-year-old friends.
Exactly.
I think let's take a poll. If the United States makes the World Cup final or even the semifinal, Kyle has to go eat wings and watch the game with the interns.
Usually people like to do those types of things. It doesn't really sound like a punishment when you say it out loud.
You can clock it if you want.
All right. Good stuff. Fast hour, but got to get to a break. We're back with hour number 2 of Sports Nightly coming up next.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Right now at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get 0% APR for 72 months on our most popular Jeep and Ram models during the Make This the Summer event. Drive the 2026 Jeep Compass, Jeep Grand Cherokee, or bold Jeep Gladiator. And for truck power that works as hard as you do, special financing available on select 2026 Ram 1500 models. 2 locations, 1 unbeatable offer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Blair and Bellevue. With proof credit, tax title license extra. Some exclusions apply. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer ends June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board. The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow, who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing, American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
Good evening. I'm Matthew Mills, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the experienced advisors at Stonebridge Wealth Systems. Nebraska Track and Field's Axelina Johansson has been selected as one of 3 finalists for the Bowerman Award, which is the highest track and field award a collegiate athlete can earn. This season, Johansson won the shot put in both the indoor and outdoor national championships, setting the meet record in both. She is the first Nebraska athlete to be named a finalist for the Bowerman Award. Voting begins tomorrow at 3 and goes through July 2nd. The winner will be announced on December 17th. Husker Baseball's Jay Sean Unger has accepted an invitation to the 2026 USA Baseball Collegiate National Team Training Camp. In his sophomore season, Unger ranked 5th nationally in saves with 13 and was a finalist for the Stopper of the Year award given to the nation's best closer. Training camp started this past Saturday and will run through July 4th before the collegiate national team is named on July 5th. The members of the team will compete in the inaugural World Collegiate Baseball Championship in Taiwan from July 11th through 15th. And finally, if you are headed to Nebraska football's game against North Dakota at Memorial Stadium on September 19th, you might as well stick around after. Country music superstar Cole Swindell will be performing following the conclusion of the game. Any valid game ticket is valid for the concert as well. Kickoff for the football game is scheduled at 6:15 p.m. and the concert will begin 30 minutes after the game concludes. For tickets to the North Dakota game or any Husker football game, visit huskers.com/tickets. Our sports ticker is brought to you by Stonebridge Wealth Systems, navigating you to and through the retirement of your dreams. Local advisors, disciplined process, the retirement compass. Visit stonebridgeiwm.com to learn more. Hour 2 of Sport Nightly is up next, right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Back right swing by Kennedy Martin, dug by Bergen. She can do it all. 23-13 Huskers right side swing. Virginia Adriano. Kaboom! Putting dents in the rec hall deck. It's 24-13.
Prince will come out and take it with 14 seconds to go. Huskers trailing by 2. Prince against Sellers, who has 4 fouls. He'll take a 3. You betcha! A CBA 3 for Britt to give Nebraska the lead. I said you want Britt Prince taking the shot, and she did it. She's got 22, and the Huskers have the lead in Seattle.
Nebraska 9, Oklahoma State 1, bottom of the 5th. Runner at first, 2 outs. Jordy Fromm with a 1-2. Godwin swings, and they appeal to first. They rule. She went around. Strike 3, and Nebraska is going to the Women's College World Series in 2026.
Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Coody and Kyle Crooks on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back. Hour number 2, Sports Nightly. So we've had some things develop over the last few minutes, Kyle.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know, this is crazy. It's like they had a listening device in the studio today. But the guys on the chat, when we talked about your first couple of games and you were talking about you couldn't listen, and then they said their favorite call is when you told me and Damon to settle down, essentially, when Dylan got hurt in the USC game and there was commercial break, tensions were a little high, and they're kind of laughing about that, and they want to play it here on the show tonight.
Yeah, it was a memorable moment, and it was one of those. I know Damon had it on his show for a while. He talked about it for a while. It was icy. It wasn't just a cold night and making it icy. It was icy between you two. You were giving it back to him. Damon was just sort of
Freaking out.
He was freaking out.
If he didn't want to hear me, he could take off his headset.
Me and Ben had to read the moment. We had to move us forward at that point in time.
So Dylan gets hurt. They go to a commercial break, and commercial breaks seem way longer than what they do, I feel like, when you're just listening. But so there's a lot going on at the time, in my defense. And like I a lot of times will just tell them what I see and not even like say it on the air. But it was crazy because it was all happening at once. TJ is warming up. Holgerson's talking to TJ, but Dylan is in the 10th and he's coming out. He's running up and down.
It kind of looked like he was still going to play too.
Oh, he was. And then it's like they told him no. And then you kept seeing him throw, but I knew that they told him no. So anyways, we were all kind of like, what's going on? And then in the meantime, Elijah Pritchett got hurt. I mean, there was just a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And so I'm trying to tell him what I'm seeing, but literally at the same time, both guys looked like they were about to run out there. But they were telling Dylan no, but Dylan was like pretty adamant that he was going to go back out there, but they were, talking with TJ on what we're going to do. So I was just trying to keep up with what was going on. And they were at different points of the sideline. It's not like they were standing right next to each other. So I'm walking back and forth. And so then I'm like, it's TJ. It's going to be TJ. And then I walked down there and I said, oh, Dylan's up. He's throwing. It looks like he's going to try to go. And then I said, no, Holgerson's talking to TJ. It's going to be TJ. And at that time, Damon goes, OMG, just wait. Kind of yelled at me. And then so I just.
But he played it off with a laugh, but he was serious.
No, at that point he didn't. But then so I said, okay, I'll just wait. You won't know what's going on with Dylan Raiola, the starting quarterback who just got hurt. So then he was trying to talk to me because he knew he probably was in the wrong with how he snapped at me. So he kept asking me where I was at, and I was getting really annoyed. I was already mad at him. And I said, I'm on the sidelines, bro, where I always am. Mm-hmm. So that was the entire commercial break. And right when we come back, Kyle was trying to, look, the tensions were high. It was high.
I think it was right after a timeout that Coach Rule used because they were late in the play clock.
Yeah, because Dylan was down.
The injuries were happening. You mentioned Elijah Pritchett got hurt too, which was a big.
It was huge, yeah.
Massive injury in that game. Dana says to this day that if Dylan stays healthy, they probably win that game. And who knows, does that change the complexion? You still win UCLA, but does it change at all the final 3 games of the year? Who knows?
Yeah, very well could have.
Keeps you in the playoff on at least for another 2 weeks if you beat UCLA.
GBR captain said, laughing at what? You found it. Camden found it. Are we ready to roll it right now? Oh yeah, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it teed up. Just a second.
It gives me PTSD just listening back to the moment. But I think the good thing about us is we get over things quick.
Oh yeah, we were fine over the game, but it was just more the moment, and then I didn't appreciate the way he snapped at me, and he did feel bad, I think, and then he was quickly trying to smooth it over, but I wasn't having any of it because I was also still trying to do my job and figure out what was going on with the quarterback situation and the starting left tackle. So it was pretty high tensions, all in a matter of 4 minutes?
Yeah.
So all that being said, we still laugh about it. We laugh about it. I think Damon's told the story a bunch of times, but Kyle had to be our basically dad that night and tell us both to settle down and quit fighting. And so I think we're going to do something fun in July. We've been talking about it. Josh and Kyle had talked about it. It's a cool idea. Maybe not like the ESPYs, but for the HRNs.
Husker radio version of the ESPYs. Now,
but involving radio calls.
Yes, I have called it HRNs because I think that is the quickest name for it, and then I was laughed out of the room.
No, we were laughed at some of the other things that were the Boothies. I said the Hernies.
And then Cassidy had the mitigated gall to kill my idea, and then she went on Chat GPT.
Yeah,
that's where you're getting your ideas from.
We're going to come up with a name with it, and then there's going to be different categories, and we're going to go back and have calls from these different categories.
The chat or the listeners have any ideas?
If you have an idea for a category, so we thought funniest moment for that. So that, I know Kent had a couple, Shirley Coatney has had a couple. I know Ben and Nick have had several, including when I think the pee thing should be in the category. When Nick said that there was pee in the booth.
That's a good catch.
And you said a ping pong ball.
That was more me just being
so there's several, right? We've got funny times that we don't ever go back. We don't really always go back and listen to. So funny moment, best call. So in a moment, best call, best single game performance. So edit highlights together of say a Price Samford, one of the million games he played well. Best game, a Jordy from, single game performance. So there's lots to choose from.
I think some of the great radio moments this year, right?
Yeah.
Ava's home runs up there against Arkansas. You think football, maybe the Hartzog pick is big. Britt Prince's shot against Washington.
JB always.
JB has a million. If they come back and win that match against Texas A&M, that's probably one after a miraculous fourth set. If they find a way in the fifth set, that's probably your moment right there. And then Kent had a million on his own, right, this season. So you could You just go up and down the list of the amount of moments he had this year.
Speaking of, we're going to have Ken on the show tomorrow. But
Yeah, how about that?
So if you have an idea for a category, so as of right now, we have best game, best single play call, like just a single call, so best call of a play. We have a single game performance by an athlete, so we'll cut together highlights of different athletes. Then we have, I forgot what the fourth one was, but anyways, we have 4 that we feel pretty good about. So if we have other categories that you want to go back and maybe vote on and hear some of those calls from the past year, because there's so much to choose from. Again, going back to what we were saying about just this year when we were revisiting and in the,
it's been the best
Director Cup standings, like, so there's
best all-around performance in quite some time from the department.
What's great about that is like we get to document it here on the radio. So a lot of those can live forever and we can go back and play it. So we thought this would be a cool way to go back and revisit some of those moments. So we've got 4 categories. If you have any more that you want us to maybe roll out, let us know.
GBR captain said the Herbie Awards, maybe the Herbies.
I think that was mentioned, right?
Herbies could be something. But it doesn't have a connection to radio. There's got to be radio somewhere in there.
But it's all sports, obviously. So I thought maybe, and I don't know, maybe shoot me down, but maybe best broadcast team, because we've got a lot of those. That would be a
that could get ugly.
Pretty heavily contested.
It's all
vote.
a fan vote too. Did you say that too on Twitter?
We're going to post it on social. We want our listeners to get involved. So again, we're going to be working on this, and then when we come back, we're going to take a break and just run some best ofs here in the week following the 4th of July. And when we come back, it's going to be full speed ahead into the HRNs and
football season.
And football, because the guys will have their internal media day, so we'll be able to catch up with a lot of them here. But yeah, it's like we will finish this week out. Everybody's going to go on a break, and then when we come back, it's like basically here.
Is that our official end of the broadcast season every year? It's like the HRNs signifies the end of a broadcast season. We have to dress up, wear suits and dresses and all that stuff, and we have an award show to signify the end of the broadcast season every year.
Okay, so Camden went to all this work. Roll the tape.
Everybody needs to settle in here.
I'll say.
Everybody up here, everybody down there, let's all settle in. Come on now. Timeout.
Oh, goodness.
What is going on?
It's anarchy.
Steam coming out my ears at this point.
Anarchy it was. As we went right into a break.
So there we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get to a break. We do have some Brad Hoiberg clips from today's press meeting he met with the media today, catch up on a lot of things going on in the summer. So we ended up going off the rails here in this segment. So we'll get back on track coming up right after this.
Culture check with Camden.
Cool. I just didn't know the name, but we do have
I don't know if that's the name yet, but it's a start.
I don't think that's what you called it last week. So you guys change it on me every week, and I don't know what it is.
I had a brilliant name last week.
Camden segment, Matt's segment, CSD segment, joke of the week.
Trivia Tuesday, when it happened, Wednesday.
When that happened.
When that happened.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
When that happened, joke of the week.
Camden's crying over there.
When that happened. What are we, from Cincinnati now? That's what they say.
Oh my gosh, break time. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Husker fans, football season is right around the corner. We need you there to continue to make Memorial Stadium the best atmosphere in college football. You can now choose between 2 mini plans, a 3-game mini plan for $185 and a 4-game mini plan for $225. These plans are your best way to guarantee a ticket to the Indiana and Ohio State game and are only available while supplies last. To purchase today or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. Their technicians don't earn commission. This equals fair treatment to their customers. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company, and now to celebrate the 75th year in business for a limited time, get a New York AC or furnace for $75 per month. Get you and your loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
Call 402-391-2336.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion. Until July 28th, when you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
From the chant of Husker power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official Internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your foundation and damaging your home. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns: a free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, where it's mower season. Get 0% financing, professional setup, and local support you can't get at the big box store. Only at Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. Kyle Crooks, I'm Jessica Coody. You've got a couple suggestions on the awards names. You mentioned the Herbies, and then we had Mike chimed in. Also, Camden found this as well, mentioned it. What about the Sharpies?
I think that's it.
That's it?
I think that's the one.
I like it.
Saw that on the chat. The Sharpies. It's a cool name, obviously an ode to Greg Sharp. I think that's the way to go. I think it could be an annual thing, and we say it, but Josh is the one doing all the work on it, production-wise. We'll come up with the ideas, but Josh will do a lot of the work for it. But I think
We've got
Sharpies
interns that can help.
Yes.
Also GBR captain recommended that the trophies need to be corn cobs, gold plated. Is that coming out of your paycheck?
I don't think anybody's buying any trophies. Don't think that's going to happen. It's a matter of pride. It's a Twitter trophy, essentially. It's just a matter of pride. It exists on our YouTube stream. We'll announce the winner, and then you have no bragging rights.
But stay tuned for more info on that. It just so happened that it's crazy. We literally were just talking about that today, and then somebody mentioned that call, so that completely sent us off the rails. But GBR captain also said, Kyle, you've been such a great addition to the Nebraska Cornhuskers family. Can't imagine it without you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Very nice.
So, and then Kyle's a Cornhusker for life. Jessica won't let him leave.
That's right. I'm not going anywhere. By the way, you like this? I've been complaining for a while that I don't have much Herbie stuff.
Yeah.
And this is, I wore this today. Got a nice little, for those listening on the radio, I might as well explain it. That's kind of what we do around here, right? Red polo with a nice little Herbie on the left side of the chest. Herbie's holding up the number 1. Got a little corn in his pocket. Looks pretty good.
Kyle's obsessed with Herbie.
More Adidas schools joining the fray, too. Speaking of Adidas and apparel and all that, Penn State officially on July 1 will be an Adidas school, and then Tennessee, which was news, they've been talking about that, but they used to be an Adidas school back in the Pat Summitt days, but now they're an Adidas school again.
Yeah, it's the thing to do, especially with, as we've talked about, just the opportunities that they're providing for NIL. It's hard to say no to those kinds of opportunities, and you know, Nebraska was a little bit of the guinea pig, as they are. A lot of teams want to start with and see how it does with Nebraska, and it's done really, really well. And so that's opened the door for them to get other programs. And it, you know, they were the first to kind of do it with Harper Murray, and it has been just fantastic for them. I was talking to our Adidas rep, and he said it's just been, you know, so great for them, that partnership, and then Dylan and Emmett. And so just to be able to have that opportunity. And it's not just them. I mean, Macy Bosinger had posted some things. I think they do, obviously, the big deals that you see all the time with some of those big athletes, but then I think
call them legacy athletes, the Harper Murrays.
And then some of the other athletes get other opportunities also for social and other stuff. So it's really, really a cool opportunity that Adidas has capitalized on. All right, let's talk some men's basketball. They've been practicing and had their first competition, I guess, real scrimmage today. Coach Hoiberg met with the media afterwards, so I wanted to play you a few of the highlights from the presser today. And of course, he was asked about Braden Frager and how they can continue to get the best out of him.
And we're going to push him and you know, hold him accountable to what those goals are. And a lot of it is the consistency of being able to do that on a daily basis, not only when the lights are on. You know, Braden puts in more work than anybody. When you look at our shot system that we have, he's putting on more shots than anybody on our team. And, you know, we kind of had to teach him and coach him through. Last year, it was almost a little bit of overuse, and I think that's why he had a little bit of the nagging injury with the knee. But he's in a really good place physically right now. He had a play that finished practice today where he stole it and went and dunked over one of our fives in the middle of the lane. Again, he's got that ability. He's got that swagger. He's got that defensive when he's locked in. You know, to be able to go out there and be that guy. So I've been impressed with Braden, and you know, we're going to continue to push him.
He had a up and down back half of the year. A lot of that had to do with the nagging injury that he had, and you didn't have him in the Michigan game along with Rink, but you know, had a really good NCAA tournament, double figures in all 3 games. Of course, had that layup against Vanderbilt that essentially was your game winner at 16 against Iowa, was really good against Iowa. So when it mattered the most in the NCAA tournament, Braden Frager was at his best, and we'll see, playing a different role this year. He is now the focal point, at least one of them, along with Price, and he's going to be a starter this year, you would imagine, as opposed to being the 6th man off the bench.
I think what he talked about, too, just being able to guard, and a lot of times that's hard to do, is take on a big scoring role and then be a guy that you can guard one of the better players. And so the fact that he's at that point now where he can manage both. I'll never forget sitting at that on the TV set, and we had seen the flashes of Braden Frager, but it was early in the season, and we'd heard about the way he had come along, and I think there's no doubt when you see him throw down one of those dunks and he's flying through the lane, you see the athleticism. But when I was talking to him, and we'd ran an interview with him, and he said, I said he's got a pretty big upside. Coach Hoiberg said he's got the best upside of anybody on this team, and so the fact that again that he and it's hard to forget. He's young, right? He should have just now been finishing his true freshman season, and so he's a little bit younger guy. And but man, I'm excited to see how he steps up. And to his point about being the guy that never leaves the court, him and Connor Esijan, they're always on the court. Those shooters, they just love to be in the gym. So yeah, it'll be fun to see how he builds off of what he was able to do last year, and hopefully continue to stay healthy. All right, how about the 5-5? Kyle and I have talked a lot about this over the last couple of weeks, that it's going to pass and go through. And some of those players that have played since they were freshmen, like a Bryce Sanford, Bowden Kapke, and lots of players on this team that have played since they were freshmen. So it's going to affect every team differently, every program differently. And Coach Hoiberg was asked how it will affect the men's basketball team going into next year.
I think the ones that it affects for next year are Price and Bowden for us, and then it's going to affect some of our younger guys down the road as well. But until it's 100%, it looks like it's going to pass. But yeah, we'll have those conversations, and listen, the impact that's going to have on our game, to have a whole pool of guys that are going to have an extra year that have that type of experience. I don't know what to think about it right now, but it's going to add a whole new element to it, in an already crazy system. But the number one thing is going to be retention, and, trying to keep the guys that have done great things for our program. And again, having Price and Bowden with that opportunity, to bring back. Listen, Price had a choice this year. Was he going to stay in the draft, or, obviously made the decision to return? He'll have that again a year from now. And, Bowden, the early returns on Bowden, I just love that kid. His motor, think Josiah Alec from a motor standpoint. He gets after it. He's on the floor, tenacious rebounder. So really like what I see. And hopefully, if it works for both of us, we'll have him back in a Husker uniform next year.
And I don't think the expectation would be to have Price back next year. It's just the fact that
right.
the option is there. Right now, he's a second round evaluation. He pulled out pretty early, but he was able to get the feedback from NBA teams saying that you have a solid second round grade, but for him that's not enough to leave. And of course, the money you're making now at the college level, you're probably making more now at the college level than you would if you were to go and play and be a second round pick and be in the G League and all that,
or go overseas.
Yeah, and to think of, you'll have a pretty, if Bowden Kapke is able to stay here and they retain him after this season, say he has a good year, that's one of your harder positions to try and fill in the transfer portal. You get a 7-foot center that you could plug in 2 years in the middle of that defense and in that offense. I mean, that's pretty good. But college basketball has never been better just because of guys sticking around, older guys that are here and that are staying in it because of the money, that are not leaving early. The product of college basketball has probably never been better. And these next handful of years, that's not going to change, because everyone is going to get that extra year now.
I'll tell you what I like to hear of that soundbite, that he compared Bowden Kapke. It reminded him of Josiah Alec.
That's pretty good, right?
Was a spark plug. Fans loved watching him play. Did everything, every possible thing you could do that maybe doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. But then he could do the other things. But he took pride in doing the things that not everybody wanted to do. I love hearing that. All right, how about my guy Leo Curtis? I've been talking about him. I told you I thought he looked bigger at the training table the other day.
Ding.
And so Coach Hoiberg was asked about Leo and just the benefits of him staying on campus over the summer.
Yeah, that really helped Leo. I think staying this year, it was beneficial for him a year ago, really, to get his name out there and play on his national team and have some really good moments. But you miss the summer, which is a completely different system than what he played in. So it's been good to have Leo here. A big part of it's been in the weight room. Kids putting a ton of work in. I'm really proud of him for how his body has developed, and now it's taking the next step. And again, he's 100% going to be fighting for minutes in the rotation. We haven't established anything to this point, but he's been good for us. He's been really solid. I think last year was very beneficial for him, especially those minutes he got. You go and play in a tournament game and make a big basket, that's important. You play well against the number one team in the country to cut down the nets and had the type of impact that he did in that game. That's great for your confidence to know that you can do it. I'm proud of Leo, and I'm excited for his season.
That's a 7'2" body. Again, you put some size on him, can change his game a little bit. And he, like Fred mentioned, got a whole lot of confidence from that the game against Michigan without Rink, of course, and you had to really dig into the depth. But for him he had 13 really good minutes, was 3 for 4 from the floor, had a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. And we knew coming into this year, because you were losing Rink and not knowing what you were going to get in the transfer portal, that if they were able to retain him, he's going to be a big part of this roster. And I think that's the thought coming in. He's done everything in the offseason that you would ask him to do, and that's get bigger and stronger.
Not just him just putting on the weight, as we've talked about, but also just being able to be developed by this coaching staff. I know they were just so excited to get their hands on him with how much they felt like his potential could be. And so just having that full summer to be able to really work with his staff and get bigger, stronger, faster, all that good stuff. I'm really anxious to see how he is at the end of the summer. I also thought one of the other takeaways that, listening to his press conference today, but just the amount of names that you're now hearing and that are going to be involved in NBA Summer League in Vegas, and just, look, guys, I talked to all of the 8 newcomers that sat in the podcast room the other day, and for a lot of them, their goal was to get to the next level and to be able to play professional basketball when they leave here, and all of them recognizing the ability of this coaching staff to be able to get them there, to get the best out of their game. And so I think, again, the more and more that you're hearing Husker names involved with NBA things, at Summer League and getting drafted or signing contracts and all that kind of stuff, it's going to continue to help this program recruit. Well, look, let's face it, they don't have the most money of any basketball program in the country, right? So they still have to continue to recruit to what they can get in this culture. And I don't, we've talked a lot about this, that they're not always going to go after the best player in the portal because it's got to be a fit. But I do think, for guys that might be getting bigger numbers offered elsewhere, the things that can be offered here to help continue to grow you and to get you closer to your dreams continues to be, I think, a really big selling point for this program.
Yeah, I mean, they've been consistent over the last 3 years, 20-plus wins over the last 3 years, this year being the cherry on top. This was the best season in program history, but you think of the Summer League this year, whether it's Sam Rink, Bryce Williams as well is going to be out there. Josiah is going to be out there in a certain capacity as well, and out in Vegas. So I know Fred had mentioned that he was going to be out there to see those guys this summer. The program is continuing to build momentum, and part of that is showcasing to players that, hey, when you come here, you have the opportunity to play at the next level. This isn't just you stop here. You have the chance to play professionally, and then everybody's goal, like you said, is to play in the NBA.
Listen, we got to give him credit. Last year in the summertime, basically right now, Kent Pavelko was out at practices, and he thought watching those practices that this team could be pretty good. So tomorrow, we're actually going to have Kent on the show.
See what he thinks.
So we'll have to ask him, because he's obviously got a pretty good pulse on the team. So we'll have to ask him what he thinks about this year's group coming up tomorrow here on the show. What do I have? Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Coming up next is the culture with Camden.
I think we can go with that. Culture check, the culture.
You're the name expert, apparently.
It's not my segment, though. Camden has the full stamp authority.
This is what, the 4th week for this, and we still don't have a name.
Do we have any? We had some music underneath last time, did we not? Do we have any added production to this, Camden? We don't. So we're putting in just the same amount of effort that the name's getting. So.
All right. So that's coming up next here on Sports Nightly. Keep it here.
I got to see my brother get married.
I would have missed my dad's birthday.
Because I wore my seatbelt, I had the privilege of being part of his special day.
I got to go home and see my family again.
Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
I was able to go to my brother's graduation.
I wouldn't have adopted my first pet.
And then it clicked. My seatbelt saved my life. Does it click yet?
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ready for what's next? Your new ride is waiting for you at Woodhouse Honda. Right now, you can lease the 2026 Honda HR-V all-wheel drive Sport for $249 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Shop in-store or online at woodhousehonda.com today. With approved credit, tax, title, license, extra, security deposit waived, $3,499 down plus first payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Stock number GH260041. Offer expires June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion. Until July 28th, when you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. Direct TV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect that water is the reason parts of your concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Groundworks. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at groundworks.com. License number C142293.
I would have never had the chance to see my daughter become a doctor.
Because my mom wore her seatbelt that day, I get to hug her when I go home.
And then it clicked. Because I wore my seatbelt, I learned that one moment in time can change a person's life forever.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The day we were hit was the second to last day of our high school careers.
We were about to graduate as best friends together.
And then it clicked. Because we wore our seatbelt that day, we still get to experience life together.
Brought to you by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
It's not a job. I don't start my day by logging in or end my shift by punching out. I don't have a corner office, but I do have a seat with a view. I get to see every sunrise and every sunset. And while I may technically be my own boss, I fully accept that I am not in charge. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Right now at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get 0% APR for 72 months on our most popular Jeep and Ram models during the Make This the Summer event. Drive the 2026 Jeep Compass, Jeep Grand Cherokee, or bold Jeep Gladiator. And for truck power that works as hard as you do, special financing available on select 2026 Ram 1500 models. 2 locations, 1 unbeatable offer. Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Blair and Bellevue. With proof credit, tax title license extra. Some exclusions apply. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer ends June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. Welcome back to Sports Nightly. A couple segments left. Before we get to whatever we're calling this segment with Camden, 2 things to address. I don't know if I explained our SBs/Sharpies very well. So what we're going to do is we're going back over the past year. And we're going to tie in the radio calls with it. So like some of our best moments that we heard on the radio. So Kent's call of the team making the Sweet 16 when they beat Vanderbilt. Kyle's call of the interception in the opener. Coatney with Britt Prince. Those kinds of things that happened over the last year. Nate's call of the walk-off in the Women's College World Series. So just over the last year, moments that can involve radio, whether it be best game, best call just of one play, single game performance with an athlete, and stuff like that involves our radio team just over the last year. So we can revisit some moments from the last year. So I'm not sure I explained that very well, but that's kind of what we're looking for. So if you have another category that would involve that over the last year and radio, that's kind of what we're looking for. So, and then also big news. Camden had a big day yesterday. He saw Weird Al Yankovic.
So did he play such hits as Amish Paradise and Eat It?
How was
He
it?
is.
I'm dying.
It was very good. I showed a couple videos,
Mm-hmm.
so you guys could kind of get the feel
You
of
said
it.
there's a lot of people there.
There was.
Yes, you had a suite.
We did have a suite.
Did you
next to my
go buy
dad's
some
company.
merch?
I did not. Did not splurge for the merch.
You said some people had a fight.
There was a fight. A
Pretty
couple people
rowdy.
may have had a couple too many drinks.
I got in a fight at a Weird Al Yankovic concert back in the 90s.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You went to a Weird Al concert?
Yeah, back in 94. Knocked a guy out. Cold.
Wow, that's
During what song,
I was 3 years old.
What song?
So
Amish Paradise is my favorite.
would you petition for Weird Al to be in Memorial Stadium?
Sure, why not?
Would you buy a ticket if you played Memorial Stadium?
Depends how much it was.
Okay.
You know, because I've already seen him once now.
Yeah.
So like,
Well,
unless he's coming out
I
with
have
more
connects.
music.
I can make it happen.
Okay.
All right, let's get to it. Culture Mondays with Camden. The
Culture
Culture
Check
with
with
Camden.
Camden
Culture
Cohen.
Check, whatever it is, it's time.
Okay. Well, we're sticking with Weird Al to start. Do you have a favorite parody while we're on it? I know you said Amish Paradise, but there's some other ones.
Favorite parody. Is this Weird Al centric here? Are we just talking Weird Al, or are we talking
Yes,
any?
but if you had another one, you can bring that up as well.
Well, like some of the stuff Jimmy Fallon does, like some of those.
Yeah, those
okay.
can count.
All right.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll recircle that one.
Okay.
All right, next one up. Some NBA news. So the Warriors are rumored to be potentially trying to reunite LeBron James and Anthony Davis as they try to become a super team once again. Any thoughts?
That's going to be an old team.
Yeah.
So
Because you got Curry too still.
you have Curry, Draymond. I think did he opt out of an extension,
Yeah,
a
but
player
then he's probably
option?
going to sign back. It's just to open more
He
money
wants
or
to
something.
create more space potentially for LeBron and Draymond. I don't see LeBron doing
Oh,
it.
is that going to be the oldest team in NBA
They're all
history?
over like 35,
I
right?
saw a tweet. Somebody
40.
Well, yeah, but like, aren't they all
Oh, yeah.
over 35?
Somebody tweeted out a picture of all 4 of them, and somebody said, "Who's stopping this team?" And somebody said, "Arthritis." So, I don't see that happening. It would be the last. It'd be funny because in the super team era, which LeBron was sort of like the
Yeah, he went to Miami.
the child of it all, and then Curry after they didn't even need Durant, but he eventually comes on, wins a title. That those 2 superstars that were in the super team era would combine for in their last hurrah super team. I think that'd be funny, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, we're in the midst of our first heat wave of the summer, right? As Kyle mentioned earlier. So that means you need something to cool you down. So Chris helped come up with this idea. If you could turn anything into an ice cream flavor, what would it be, or what kind of flavor would you create? Kyle, this could apply to any kind of cool dessert that you want if you don't eat ice cream.
So
I'm pretty basic, so it's going to be hard for me to branch out from vanilla.
That's not what I was hoping
Really
for.
good answer for the radio there, Jess.
I know. Well, I got a Rice Krispie treat here. How about a Rice Krispie ice cream?
Oh, so
A
any
marshmallow
treat
type one?
created into an ice cream? Any treat created into an ice cream?
You don't eat sweets though.
Well,
Oh,
for the sake of the radio.
It'd be like a chicken and rice ice cream
They make an avocado ice cream.
and a green tea ice cream.
I don't do coffee ice cream. I can't understand why people would do that. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, you guys have eaten my mom's sugar cookies. I know there's like cookie flavored ice cream, but specifically my mom's sugar cookie ice cream. How
You
about
could
that?
implement that.
Yes. Yep.
That would be good.
How about pumpkin pie ice cream?
They probably have.
Yeah,
that.
that's a thing, but I mean, it's decent.
I've never had it, but I think that would be unique.
You do bring up pumpkin pie more than any other sweet, so
I don't eat it a whole lot.
I know.
Obviously.
Just Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I just think it's such a
he doesn't eat
staple of
sweets
Thanksgiving.
at all. So the one time he does, that's the sweet.
That's not true. Saturday nights, I had ice cream the other day.
What flavor did you get?
It was a peanut butter party.
Interesting. That's a good one.
Yeah, I know. I had to stop myself for a second. Do I actually want to go through with this?
Maddie Mills said you sounded embarrassed to say that. That's why we're laughing.
That's okay.
Okay.
No, these interns are getting comfortable, you know, making fun of
You're
me for
telling
my.
me they gang up on me about the Thunder all the time.
It's unbelievable. These
About to
three.
fire 'em.
It is the A team though.
About to fire.
Okay.
All right, next up, Wimbledon began today in London. Kyle and Jess, will you watch any of the tournament? Then there's a follow-up as well.
Not if it was in my backyard. I close the blinds just like the Masters.
Even though it's like during the day and you could throw it on at 10 in the morning?
No.
No, I'm not really
a tennis guy.
big tennis
I embrace the athleticism that it takes. Shout out Peter Cobell because it's an incredible
You're gonna go to
athleticism and feet.
his deal that he's putting on, the clinic for the staff.
I didn't know it was happening.
Oh, you didn't get invited?
No, I think there's a reason I don't get invited to these things. It looks like you are, so we'll see you there.
Okay, I'll let you know when it is.
So then if you're going to travel to one of the Grand Slam tournaments, though, which one would you attend? Wimbledon in London, you got Roland Garros in Paris, Australian Open in Melbourne, or the U.S. Open in New York?
Australian Open.
Melbourne?
Probably just
So I can go see all
U.S.
the
Open is
koalas.
closer to home.
You just stay home.
Go back to the
Go to
couch.
New York. Fair enough.
Get the train and
Hop on the subway and
Just take
closer
a
to
day
home.
trip.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Another thing, I think, got time for one more probably. So there's two different players in the MLB named Max Muncy. You probably know about this, Kyle. And tonight, both are batting seventh, and they're playing third base for their respective teams, the A's and the Dodgers. They're playing each other tonight, and they have the same birthday, August 25th. So it's kind of a crazy coincidence.
Wow.
But can you think of any like other professional sports where there are two athletes named that were the same at the same time, period?
Is this I'm sure it's happened. Do you have answers to
I
it?
have a couple that I looked up.
Go ahead and give them
None of
because we
them
don't
are
have a
too
whole lot
crazy.
of time.
Elias Peterson's in the NHL. There's two of them.
I'm not familiar with
Apparently
Peterson's
Pedro
work.
Martinez's.
Okay,
two
I
of
didn't know
those.
there was another Pedro that played with.
Chris Young's.
Okay.
Couple Chris Young's. Couple Alex Gonzalez's. In Major League Baseball. NFL, you got Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
That's right.
Former Husker Lamar Jackson. And then Charles Jones in the NBA. And Eddie Johnson. So, but no, this one was just oddly specific that.
all those things are
Yeah.
the same.
That is weird.
So,
You know, there's some cooties in the PGA.
yeah, we saw that. What? Pearson?
Yeah.
Saw that on the
As
leaderboard.
close as I got.
Hey, you're
Closer
good
than
in
we've
that,
gotten.
Good in that one tournament until you weren't.
Hey, his grandpa won the Masters. There's a cootie that won the Masters, Kyle. Just so you know. Don't ever forget it.
I wouldn't,
right.
and I wouldn't
That's all I
watch it
got.
if it was in my backyard. So
That's still terrible. Terrible take. All right. Good stuff, Camden.
Thank you.
All right. We're back to wrap up the show next.
Receive up to $15,000 in savings on the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ Sport, or receive up to $5,500 in savings on the 2025 Cadillac XT5 Luxury. Shop Woodhouse Cadillac in-store or online today. With approved credit, must finance with dealer. $299 doc fee due at signing. Must have qualifying trade. Subject to current rebates and inventory. Stock number KK250523 is courtesy transportation vehicle with 2,515 miles. Stock number KK260041 is event vehicle with 5 miles. Offers expire June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
Husker fans, if you're looking for a fulfilling career that's financially rewarding and provides flexibility, your local insurance agency is hiring. No matter your skills or interests, there are opportunities for you in the insurance industry. Explore the many ways you can use your skills to protect your community by checking out the IIAN job board. Find your calling and be a part of an industry that makes a difference. Go to iian.org/careers today.
In the mood for a wild ride? Then enter the Nebraska Lottery's Pony Payout promotion until July 28th. When you enter non-winning Pony Payout scratch tickets online, you could win a 2026 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Gallop over to a Nebraska Lottery retailer and play today. Ford Mustang is a trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of this promotion. Pony Payout top prize odds 1 in 120,000.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride, powered locally.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official Internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
And welcome back. Final couple minutes left. I almost said a couple segments. A couple minutes left here of hour number 1 of Sports Nightly on this Monday evening show. Carla on the text line. How about Bailey's flavored ice cream?
I think they do make that, do they not?
I don't know.
Like Bailey's Irish cream?
You could probably make it yourself too, right? Like
it's a lot of work. I'm a big ice cream guy. That's my thing. Like I said, soft serve coming in here was when you'd ask me, soft serve was like the thing for me. So I think that's the thing I have to do on my vacation next week is soft serve ice cream. Okay, that'll be the height of it.
Speaking of food, well, we still have a minute left. So I was in Omaha over the weekend, took Sunny we went to their dog bar up there, and I went to the farmer's market, all that good stuff. And so I just Googled sandwiches nearby, and it was Block 16. And then, DB knows everything, so I just texted him and said, how's this place? And he said, just sent me the fire emojis. Well, come to find out, that's the place that DB was on Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives.
So on television. I texted him that I was at the Drover a couple weeks ago, big restaurant in Omaha. He was upset I didn't text him.
When did you do that? You never get out of your apartment.
My buddy Roger Hoover with Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
I went to go see him. We had a nice little steak dinner there. Well, got in early bird special.
It was the best grilled cheese I've ever had. So the next time DB comes down for whatever, I'm going to make him stop by. And
DB knows his food.
Yeah. So
you follow his recommendation.
They've got a lobster grilled cheese or something. So I don't know. But so anyways, yeah, fun show. So appreciate everybody contributing.
Good. We should do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, we should. And with Kent Pavelka. So be back again tomorrow night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
At Woodhouse Hyundai, triple your down payment and lease a 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE for just $178 per month. Put down $2,000 and we'll add $4,000 more. Lower payments, more value. Drive with confidence with Hyundai Owner Assurance, America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Get started now at WoodhouseHyundai.com or WoodhousePlaceHyundai.com. 24 months, 7,500 miles per year with approved credit, tax, title, license extra. $2,000 down plus first payment, $299 doc fee, $650 acquisition fee due at signing. Stock H260432. Offer ends June 30th, 2026. See dealer for details.
The work is dirty and sometimes dangerous. It's the kind that can break your body, and if you let it, your spirit. But while there may be better ways to make a living, you won't convince me there's a better way to live. I'm a Nebraska corn farmer, and there's nothing else I would rather be.
Brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow, who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing, American value for American values. Go to Ford.com.